Thanks for tuning in, guys. Another TikTok live coming at you. Any relationship questions you have, put your question in the comments, whatever your question is. Yeah, it really doesn't matter too much what your question is. I've heard so many questions before, so whatever they are, I'm here to help. It's a bit better, eh? So any questions at all? My purpose in life, guys, to help as many people as I can with relationships. So that's what I do every single day. It's better without the light on. It's softer. Okay. Oscar, OnlyFans? No, I don't have an OnlyFans. I'm not going to create an OnlyFans. Look, honestly, I don't think it's a very good thing, but I'm not going to talk about that and why OnlyFans is bad. What I am going to talk about is relationships. Okay, so any relationship questions you have, put your question in the comments, whatever your question is. I'm a relationship coach. I help people from all around the world with different relationship issues. If I miss your question at any time, guys, send me a message on Facebook or Instagram. My link's in my bio. You can even send me a message on TikTok. You can even go to my website, battlecoaching.com/opt-in, and book in a free call with me if you really need one-on-one help with your situation. There's two sorts of people I help, okay? I help people who are single and trying to find their ideal partner and having trouble. They're feeling unlucky in love. The other sort of people I help are couples. Now, couples come to me and they're about to get divorced or they're about to break up. Things aren't going well. And I show them how to achieve a 10 out of 10 and get their relationship back to a 10 out of 10. Okay, Fathom, what is the easiest way to get over someone? Yeah, so after a breakup, people start going through the grieving process. You're heartbroken and it feels pretty bad, right? We've all been there. The best way to get over it is to throw yourself into your work, throw yourself into doing hobbies. So a good thing to do is get a list, write down a list of 10 hobbies that you'd like, that you want to do, or you want to do in the future, or you do right now, okay? Then do those 10 hobbies as often as possible, every week if possible. And then also spend time with your friends and spend time doing the hobby, spend time talking to new people, going on new dates, okay? You don't need to wait a long time before you feel great to go on another date with somebody. Start going on dates straight away. It's not bad. Life is very short. Yeah, I've talked to some people before who have spent 10 years healing. Life is short. Don't wait. Don't waste your time healing and waiting till everything feels just right. The time is never just right for anything. Just jump in and do it. Go on a date, go on a second date, go on a third date. Just jump into it, okay? Thanks for jumping on, guys. I'm a relationship coach. Any relationship questions you have, put your question in the comments, whatever your question is. I've heard all the questions before, so whatever your questions are. If you're feeling a bit unlucky in love, let's do something about it. Yeah, let's get you to a position where you feel lucky in love, where you feel like you're truly blessed. Yeah, so it's what I help people with. My purpose in life is to help as many people as I can with relationships. Okay, guys? And again, if I miss your question at any time, send me a message on Facebook or Instagram, or even send me a message on TikTok or wherever. Talk to me wherever you want to. Send me an email, book in a free call with me on my website. There's heaps of different ways to talk to me. The point is, don't live in pain. Yeah. If you're living in pain and you have a bad relationship or a bad love life at the moment, let's do something about it. Jessica, where is the best place to meet a guy? I attract the bad guys. I want to attract the right guys. Well, first of all, you need to be extremely clear on what you want. So one of the first things I get clients to do, Jessica, is write a big long list of your ideal partner. On the list, I want to see his hobbies, his career, how tall he is, what he looks like, his personality traits, what does he like, what doesn't he like. And at the end of the list, a list of, then at the end of the list, you want to write 10 non-negotiables, 10 red flags that you don't want to see. Okay. Get really clear on your list, because you may think that guy's the right guy, but then he's not really. It's hard to find what you want if you don't know what it is. So you need to get really clear on that. Gene, I'm 38 and was with my husband since high school. We are divorced now. I've been with a new partner for a few months. How do I know that I love him? I really like him, but love, unsure. Okay. So I made something, Gene, called the relationship timeline, which says by the 2 or 3 month mark, you should want to go exclusive with that person. You should be saying, I love you, and sing things like that. But it should come naturally. Obviously, you shouldn't have to force it. No one can tell you when you're in love, Gene. It's the same as no one can tell you when you're hungry. It's one of the feelings you have, okay? If you don't feel like saying I love you before the 3 month mark, it's not a big deal. If you get to the 6 month mark and you're going on dates with him for 6 months and you don't want to say I love you, then something is wrong, okay? It should happen naturally around the 3 month mark, the 2 to 3 month mark. Some people are faster, some people are a bit slower, but around there usually is the time. If it takes a lot longer than that, something's wrong, okay? Sandy, won't someone works, not sponge? Bad sentence, Sandy. No idea what you're talking about. Guys, try to write your sentences in good English so I can read them and understand them. Unless, how can I understand them? Thanks for tuning in, guys. I'm a relationship coach. Any relationship questions you have, put your question in the comments. I'm here to help. Relationships can be amazing, yeah? They can also be devastating. Sure, I broke it off with him based on the advice I got from the last live. Cool, well, it was probably for the best. Yeah, now you can spend time actually looking for your ideal partner. Joanna, I don't need a man. They're hard to please no matter how giving or easygoing I am. I always get mugged off. Great. Stay single then. Stay single, because if you say the sentence, I don't need a man, you're probably never going to find your ideal partner, because it's a super negative sentence to say. You may think it's empowering and it's a great, strong, independent sentence to say, which it is, but it doesn't come across like that. The universe sees it as, oh, you don't need one? Great. We're not going to give you one then. Gene, does the relationship timeline include when to meet each other's kids? It does. And again, Gene, when to meet each other's kids is again around that 2 to 3 month mark, when you've built up, you spend a couple of months together, you get to know each other pretty well, you build that trust, you build that foundation of the relationship, so you know each other pretty well, you know they're not going to hurt your kids and all this sort of stuff, and you know it's not just a one-night stand, okay? You've been together a few months, you know each other pretty well. Around that time, around that 2-3 month mark is fine. If you want to know more about the relationship timeline, guys, look, you can send me a message on Facebook or Instagram, or you can even look up my relationship timeline video on my YouTube channel. All the links to everything about me is in the link in my bio. Ebony, how soon is it to buy a house together? I wouldn't recommend buying a house together. Personally, I don't recommend anyone buying a house ever, because I'm quite an investor, and it's not a good investment. But if you're really set on buying a house together, that's fine. I wouldn't recommend buying a house together before the 2-year mark. Yeah, at least. And be aware with the relationship timeline, guys, doing these next steps in the progression, you can't do it unless the step you're at is a 10 out of 10. So even if you've been together 2 years and you want to buy a house together, don't do it unless the relationship is a 10 out of 10. If it's only a 7 out of 10 and you fight a lot, but it's still okay, there's a fairly good chance you're going to break up, okay? And then you got to sell the house and all this sort of mess, okay? If it's not a 10 out of 10, don't do it. Or instead of buying a house, if you want an investment, go and buy an index fund. But I'm not going to talk about finances on here, even though I'm a big fan of index funds. Don't talk about relationships, okay? Kylie, how did I handle the separation from the man you love? How to handle this? Okay, so if you love him so much, why are you separating from him? Is my first sort of question. User 4, how do you get online dating? I feel like it's hopeless. Yeah, user 4, a lot of my clients who are single, I have to teach them how to use online dating, what to put in their bio, how many pictures to have, what pictures to have, what do you say in your opening sentence. There's a lot to talk about. It's one of the things I teach, and one of the things a lot of people have trouble with, and a lot of clients come to me and I coach them on how to use it effectively so they can find their ideal partner. A lot of people hate online dating, but the thing is, you have a 40% chance of meeting your ideal partner online. So if you don't do it, you cut your chance down by 40%. It's quite a lot. Ebony, I don't want to buy a house, but he does. Ebony, if you don't want to buy a house, do not buy a house, okay? And you got to think, why do we want to build a house? Yeah. For many years, banks and stuff like this have told us that the dream life is owning your own home. But why? Yeah, you think for yourself. You don't need to listen. We don't need to listen to the big banks. I rent. I find buying a house is a huge debt. Technically, it is a huge debt. Now, sure, debt doesn't have to necessarily be a negative thing. A lot of people make a lot of money off debt, but that's quite a complicated conversation. Joanna, 18 years still in the relationship. I mean, I'm independent and soft as shit. Laugh aloud, I don't. 18 years, I'm with him. I don't need him. He needs the drink, mates and girls. It's just being on my own. Yeah, sounds like he's not really in the relationship, does it? Sure, to see what I'm doing right and wrong, I mean. Okay. Yeah, sure. Look, send me a message on Facebook or Instagram and I'll help you navigate it. Yeah. Or you can even go to my website, maddockcoaching.com/opt-in and book in a free call with me. Okay. Stacey, I'm 38 next week, super independent, educated, stronger, and most work ethic, funny, and just a quick tip, girls. Stop calling yourself independent. Stacey, a single mother and can't find anyone that wants. Stop using the word independent to describe yourselves. You may think being independent is a really positive thing. It is in some respects, but the thing is, guys don't see the word independent as a positive. If you go around saying, I'm super independent, I don't need a man, blah, 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 guys just see you as a bitch. That's all that is, okay? You may be a really nice person, but he sees you as a bitch because you call yourself independent. Stop calling yourself independent, okay? Because I'll tell you what, guys like to feel needed, okay? We live in this society where women say, you know, I don't need a man, and men should feel good that I just want him and I don't need him. Who doesn't like to feel needed? Men and women like to feel needed. Everyone likes to feel needed. If a guy doesn't feel needed in the relationship, he's going to go, she doesn't really need me. I'm going to go find someone who does. Everyone likes to feel needed. Men need a purpose, okay? So even if you don't need him in the relationship, even if you don't need him in your life, make him feel like you need him, okay? Men are quite sensitive in this department. If he feels like he has no purpose and he's not needed in your life, what's he even doing there? He's wasting his time. Men are purpose driven. It's masculine trait to have purpose. Okay. So if you say you're independent constantly, you don't need a man, you will never, ever get one. Okay. I can't be more clear about that, girls. Because a relationship recently ended after 29 years, not ready for anyone new, but still hopeful they're out there. There's lots of people out there, because I'm sure you can find your ideal partner, okay? I'm sure you can. I know it's hard sometimes, but I'm sure you can find what you're looking for. Snowboard mom, I'm experiencing some struggles to process with my partner when I'm using to doing it alone. Yes. Yes. That is very common, snowboard mum. So what happens there is when women are single for a long period of time and they're a single mum and all this sort of stuff, they spend time in their masculine energy because they have to be the mum and the dad, right? They have to be the disciplinarian and the fun parent. They got to do a bit of everything. Okay. So the thing is, they stay a long time in their masculine energy. And then when a guy comes into their life, they have trouble surrendering that control. Okay. They become used to having control and having the power. They don't want to give it away. This is a real problem, and I've seen it destroy a lot of relationships. You have to be happy stepping into your feminine energy. Okay. The more masculine you are, snowboard mom, the less masculine he can be, and you guys are going to fight more, and you're going to have trouble with the power struggle and all this sort of shit, and your relationship's going to suffer, and attraction is going to go down. And that's why you see girls who are really masculine or who've been single a long time, they have so much trouble getting into a relationship because they don't know how to be feminine properly. Okay. Now, feminine is not just the way you dress. It's not just the way you talk, but it is those things as well. It's a whole bunch of things. Okay. Try to really step into that feminine energy and surrender control, surrender the power. Single moms for a long time, if they don't have a man in their life for a long period of time, they become addicted to that control. They become somewhat of a control freak. Okay. They don't want to surrender that power. If you don't surrender the power, the relationship is going to suffer. Let him be the leader. Let him have the control, have the power. Because if you can't let go of it, he's going to get sick of it and he's going to go, this chick's a bitch, I'm out. Okay. So step into your femininity. It's a very common issue. It's an issue I deal with a lot of clients I have. Katie, what do you do if your ex has started talking to you again? Katie, the question is, are you talking back, and why are you talking back? Stacey, thank you. Never realized it as a negative. Yeah, most people don't realize it as a negative, and most people self-sabotage themselves without knowing that they are. They think, oh, it just didn't work out, when they were actually 100% the cause of it. They just didn't realize. Yeah, but this is what we're doing here. We're learning. Yeah. Cole, is it okay to date a few guys to find the right one? Yes. Yeah, I recommend that. I recommend people talk to 4 or 5 different potential partners at once, because say you have to go on 100 dates to find your ideal partner, okay, or your soulmate, someone who you can really fall in love with and spend the next 50 years with. So you got to go on 100 dates to find that person. If you only talk to one person at a time, then go on a date with them, go on 3 or 4 dates, it doesn't work out, then you feel sad for a while, and then a month later you start again. You're only going to talk to like 5 people at once. So it's going to take you 20 years to find your ideal partner. You've got to make it a faster process. That's why I recommend people talk to 4 or 5 potential partners at once and go on at least 2 dates a week. You got to up those numbers. Joanna, it's hard to change my life. 18 years, scared, be alone, sad in it. Laugh out loud. Yeah, there's definitely nothing to laugh out loud about in that sentence, Joanna. It's a very sad sentence. Don't let your past ruin your future. Yeah. So what I want you to do, Joanna, is start giving yourself some positive affirmations, some positive reassurance. Say, I'm not scared. My love life's going to be amazing from now. I'm going to have the best relationship. I'm going to be super nice and lovely. I can't wait. I'm excited. Give yourself positive reassurance. Even if you don't feel like it's true, your brain doesn't know the difference between reality and imaginary. Tell yourself what you need to hear to achieve what you need to achieve, okay? Single for 4 years, 4 kids. It's like rewiring. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Just remember the word surrender, okay? People see the word surrender as a negative, but feminine energy is naturally to surrender, okay? It's not naturally to fight, it's to surrender. So just remember the word surrender. So if he's really passionate about something or really puts his foot down about something, just surrender to it, okay? Use that feminine energy. You can still have everything you want in the world. You don't have to give up anything, okay? The only thing you have to give up is a little bit of control. Why do you want the control anyway? Nearly 39 and have 2 boys, been alone and independent most of my time. Why are men intimidated by me? They're not intimidated by you. They don't like you because you call yourself independent and you come across as a bitch. Yeah? Even just by the words you say right there, I can already tell everything about your attitude, okay? No one is intimidated by you. They're just not attracted to you because guys aren't attracted to the word independent. Guys want to feel needed. Yeah, I say this, I answer this question 100 times a day. Yeah, girls say, I'm really independent. Why can't I find a man? Because you don't need one. If you don't need something, why would the universe supply it? If a girl didn't need me in her life, why would I be there? Guys need a purpose. They want to feel needed. Everyone likes to feel needed. So even if you don't need a man, make him feel like you need him. Okay. Dating a 1.5 years. What advice is this? Fanro, I'm a relationship coach. Any relationship questions you have, put your relationship questions in the comments. If I miss your question at any time and you want to talk to me more, send me a message on Facebook or Instagram. You can even send me a message on TikTok. You can even email me. You can book in a free call on my website. Have a chat to me. Don't live in pain. Let's sort it out. 100 dates. Oh my God. 100 dates sounds like a lot, but Joanna, how many dates do you think you're going to have to go on to find your ideal partner, to find your Prince Charming, to find your soulmate? You think it's just going to happen in the first 10 dates? Statistically, no, it's not going to happen like that. Okay. You got to go on the dates. You got to go. Some people do it in 50 dates. 50 dates is pretty good. Some people take a lot longer. Okay. Small numbers, talking to small numbers of people, your chances are small. Okay. And I'm not talking about someone who, oh yeah, I'll date him and it's pretty good. I'm talking about that wow sort of relationship, that as those two people are just bonded super tight and it does feel like they're your soulmate. Okay. Some people never feel it at all. One partner, one wife, one soulmate, one friend, 20 years going strong. That's great, Alps. Great work. I did that when I started dating. Had the best time. I met a man I dated for 3 years. This is their thing is there are always gut feelings and red flags I'm learning. What's your questions, guys? I had a great 20 years with my husband and now I'm single for the first time. Should I be seeing that as a red flag or trust that he is telling me the truth? Sorry, Kat, I think I missed your message. I'm not sure where your question was. Do you think Tom Hardy will get divorced? I don't care. Sure, I surrendered that I needed him and he simply didn't want a relationship, no labels. That's a bad thing. When a guy says he doesn't want a relationship or doesn't want to put labels on something, it's bad. It means he has low attraction for you or it's not great. It is not great. And be aware if he says, I just want to be friends with benefits with you and you want a committed relationship, tell him to go fuck himself, okay? Don't let a guy Netflix and chill with you and all this sort of shit. Don't let him ask for your Snapchat right away. Set the boundaries up. Make him take you on a date before you sleep with him. Don't give him your Snapchat. You know, all these little things. My partner is currently going through rehab. How do you suggest we keep our relationship strong? Just good communication, Jess, and try to create a good environment for him to feel comfortable in. Yeah. So say he's going through rehab for maybe he's an alcoholic or something. Create a good environment where, so, you know, he comes home, obviously you're not smashing down a beer, you know? So Create a good environment for him to feel comfortable in and feel like you support him a lot. I feel hurt by the situation. Will I get over it? Yes, you will, Melinda. Whatever your situation is, pain, mental pain and emotional pain, it doesn't last forever. Yeah. And it only lasts as long as you want it to last. Okay. If you only want it to last an hour, regardless of how deep it is, it'll only have to last an hour. If you know the right techniques, of course. Yeah. Tony Robbins teaches a lot of that stuff. I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen Tony Robbins stuff before. It's not new, but it is very good. Okay. Jess, thank you. We are communicating every day. I can only visit for 3 hours once a week. Make those 3 hours amazing. Yeah, really put in 10 out of 10 effort. And if you can, take him something he likes to eat. Yeah, guys like eating. So if he wants a cake, take him a cake. You know what I mean? Like, make that experience super positive. Sure, I'm so happy that you are in TikTok. Sound advice from the mouse perspective. Hey, sure, thanks. I'm a relationship coach. My purpose in life is to help as many people as I can with relationships every day. And that's what I do. Joanna, I'm only here to talk about relationships, no other rubbish. Any questions about relationships, guys, put in the comments. If I missed your question at any time, send me a message on Facebook or Instagram. You can even send me a message on TikTok. You can even go to my website, maddockcoaching.com/opt-in, and book in a free call with me. And there's also a great case study video on my websites too. On both websites I have great videos on there, and it explains a lot about relationships. Jess, we aren't allowed to take anything. They are learning to be independent again. They have strict rules. That's understandable. That's understandable. So yeah, just make it as amazing as possible. Be super, super upbeat. So even if you're not feeling that positive on the day, listen to a few positive songs in the car on the way there. So when you get there, you're really big and smiley, you got a great attitude, you're really bubbly and positive. Take that energy in there. So he's over the moon to see you. Relationships can be amazing, guys. They can also be devastating. No reason to live in a devastating one. Have you had a knee injury previously? Nothing major, no. Jess, I've written him lots of letters to open on certain days when he's feeling happy or sad, etc. Great, great. Love the effort, Jess. Really good, really good. You're there for your partner when he needs you, and that's great. That's beautiful to see. Diane, my ex is obsessed with me and he is determined we will get back together. I don't want that. How do I stop? Start dating somebody else. When you start dating somebody else, he'll get the picture pretty quickly that you're not interested in him. So if you want someone else to move on, you move on first. And he'll go, oh, well, she's with that guy now and they're happy together. So it's just a really good way to move on. Plus, multiply that by a bit of time. Time helps. Dara, I left my husband because he made me think I was nothing and never will be. Now I have our kids and I have and still doesn't help. Now I have our kids. Okay. It's bad. It sounds like a bad situation there. Diane, I have and still doesn't help. Block his number. Don't talk to him. Limit the exposure you have to him. Limit the amount you see him. Limit the amount of communication you have with him. Really select the time as short as possible. No worries, Diane. I'm here to help. Whatever relationship questions you have, guys, put your relationship comments write them down for me so I can read them out. I've helped so many people from all around the world, all different countries, so many different relationship issues. I've helped them all. I helped all of them achieve a 10 out of 10 relationship, and you can achieve a 10 out of 10 relationship too if you know how to do it. Sure, I think it's not only dangerous with COVID, but we just started talking. How do you make your ex understand that we will never be again? I tried blocking him, but we have kids. Well, yeah, if you have kids, then you obviously can't block your ex. Yeah, you have to communicate sometimes. Just keep saying no and spend a very limited amount of time with him and move on. Start living your life the best you can. Sarah Wong, any advice on looking for a soulmate during lockdown? Yeah. So don't put too much pressure on the soulmate part of it, Sarah. So what I want you to do first is just focus on finding someone attractive to talk to. Yeah. So go on online dating, find someone, their pictures look good, they seem nice, have a little conversation, see how it goes. Yeah. Because you don't know someone's your soulmate until you really get to know them. Sure, this guy that I'm talking to you on dating sites wants me to come over already. We just started to talk. Well, remember, if a guy ever says, say you just started talking to a guy and he wants to see you, there's nothing wrong with that as long as it's in the right context. So he says to you, oh, how about you come over this Friday on Netflix and chill? Or how about we come over this Friday and eat a pizza and watch a movie? Say no. Say, how about you take me on a date first? Make guys take you on dates. Always, okay? Make him take you on dates. If he says, I don't want to take you on a date, go, okay, I'm not interested then. Make them work for it, okay, guys? It's very important. Elena, how do I keep my narcissist ex and his narcissist wife from trying to control me and my kids? I'm laughing, Elena, because I hear the word narcissist about 200 times a day. And statistically, the amount of narcissists in the whole world, population-wise, is less than 1%. So the chances of your ex being a narcissist is very slim. And the chance of his wife being a narcissist is even less, okay? So stop putting labels on it, because you may think they are jerks and all this sort of stuff, but you're actually making the situation worse by putting labels on it, okay? And also be aware he has a right to say what's good for his kids as well, just like you do, okay? They're not your kids. They're both of your kids, okay? This is a very common thing I see all the time. Exes fighting over kids. What's best for the child? What's best for the child is when you don't fight, okay? Poppy, it's hard to ask for a date. Yeah, so there's lots of little things you can do to lead the conversation that way. Make a guy take you on a date because more than likely they just want to, Yeah, exactly. If a guy says, do you want to come over and eat a pizza and watch a movie? He wants to have sex with you, okay? I'm sure that's fairly obvious. Meet in a public place first. No, Diana, that's actually really bad advice. If I was single and I was to ask a girl out on a date, I'd want to go to her house, pick her up, and then take her to the date so I can drive her to the restaurant or whatever we're doing. If she says, oh, I'll meet you at the restaurant, I'll just say, nah. I pick you up for the date. I open the door for you. I'm a gentleman. I'll show you a good time. And if she doesn't feel safe with that, go and fucking find somebody else, okay? People aren't out there to hurt you. It's about not standing in your own way. What are the signs a guy isn't genuine about being serious? He won't want to be, yeah? Just straight up. So if it's been more than 3 months, he should want to be in a relationship with you. And then 6 months down the track, he should be saying how much he loves you all the time. He should be buying you gifts. He should be talking about marriage, babies, and all this sort of stuff, okay? They'll just tell you straight out. Diana, no, but guys don't do that anymore. The guys I teach do. I know there's a lot of guys who don't do it. Make them do it. Yeah. If a guy says, oh, do you want to come over and watch a movie? Go, how about you take me on a date first? And he goes, oh, okay, what restaurant do you want? And you say, oh, you pick. He says, oh, okay, do you want to meet me here at 7? Go, no, why don't you pick me up? Why don't you pick me up on the way there? I know it's kind of shit that you have to lead a guy to do just a base taking on a date, and they should just do it automatically. But if they haven't been taught and their parents are fuckheads, what choice do you have? You know what I mean? If no one's taught them how to date properly and how to take a girl on a date, they're not going to do a good job. So you got to somehow tell them what you want. But don't be really bossy with it. I love those dates when they're waiting at the door and open the door for me, buy dinner. Yeah, it's how it should be. Great one there, sure. What she said there, guys, the guy buys the dinner. Yeah. So girls, never pay for dinner. Never pay for the date. It's not your responsibility. Get the guy to pay for it. You may think, oh, it's being fair by him paying for the date. And again, it comes back to the guy feeling needed. If he pays for the date, he's going to have more pride in the date. He's going to have more pride in you. He's going to feel better about the situation. Okay. Let him pay. Okay, Maddie, I did this with a guy and he played me for a year. Did he play you for a year, or was he emotionally involved in the relationship too and it just didn't work out? Sometimes it just doesn't work out, Maddie, okay? Sure, drive me home and ask to see each other again. Yeah, sure. I actually don't recommend guys say that on a date. One of the things I teach is never plan the next date on the date you're on. Never say, I had an amazing time, I want to see you again. Because girls, if the guy's a bit mysterious and it's hard to tell what he's really feeling, her attraction will go up. So I don't say, I tell them not to say those sentences. Yeah. And then ring her up a week later and go, hey, do you want to go on a date again this Thursday? It drives that mystery up, which also drives attraction. Diane, online dates, I tend to meet him there in case I have to run. Yeah, it's a bad idea. Yeah, have faith in your fellow human being. Not everyone's a rapist and a murderer. Yeah, I was a prison officer for years. It's a very, very small percentage of people who are bad, like really psycho bad. And if you talk to them online for a little bit first, you get a good feel of who they are anyway. No one's out there to hurt you. So have some faith in your fellow human being. Princess, sometimes women don't want to feel like they owe a guy anything. He asked you on a date. Yeah. He asked you on a date. And if anything, when you pay for a date, you're giving the date and the relationship a disservice. You're not helping it in any way. You're making it worse. Okay. So you may think, oh, now I don't owe him anything. You didn't owe him anything in the first place. Yeah. So get out of your own head. Dara, I wish I was born back in the day when there were men gentlemen's. There is gentlemen around these days. Just find ones who know how to date. I know it's hard because it's also a small percentage. If you're in trouble, call an Uber or talk to staff. Yeah, call the police, talk to emergency services. It's not that bad. Or if you're really scared, learn martial arts, defend yourself. Princess, that's where I live, in my head. If you overthink all the time, you're going to have a lot of issues, aren't you? Overthinking, living up here and constantly overthinking things makes your life very difficult. Live down here. Been single for 3 weeks. When is a good time to start dating again? Right now. Right now. Yeah. If you've been single 24 hours or 48 hours, get back out there. Start talking to new guys. Okay. Life is so short. You could get hit by a bus tomorrow and die. Don't waste all your time. Okay. We don't have a lot of time on this earth. Okay. The time we have is extremely precious and short. Use it. Maximize on that time, guys. Okay. I'm in a relationship because of you coaching me. Okay, that's great to hear. I don't think you were one of my clients, though, unless you're talking about just my quick comments to you on social media. But that's great. I'm glad it's working out for you. Robin, trying to get back into dating. Been divorced for 3 years. Cool. Yeah, just jump on online dating, Robin. Jump on online dating. It's great, and just start talking to people. Match with a few people. Start working on it. Dara, thank you. No worries, Dara. I'm here to help. I'm a relationship coach, guys. Any relationship questions you have, put in the comments. My purpose in life is to help as many people as I can with relationships. That's what I do. How soon do you sleep with one? Yeah, great question. So how soon do you sleep with somebody after meeting them? It's quite a controversial question. It's quite a controversial question, Cole, because some people get very emotional about it. But here's something to remember. When I was looking for my ideal partner, and I found a girl who did turn out to be my ideal partner years ago now, the date was amazing. The first date was absolutely amazing. And if she didn't sleep with me on the first date, I would have never talked to her again. Okay. That's how important it is to me. And it's different with each guy. It depends how much they want to chase. Okay. So you got to use a bit of intuition there. Some guys don't want a girl who sleeps with them on the first date. Other guys want a girl. They want to find a girl to marry, but they also want to sleep with her on the first date. And they value themselves so highly that if she doesn't give it to them, he'll just go, nah, I'm not interested. No, thanks. Too much work. It may sound negative, but that's just how some people are, okay? That's just how they see themselves and what they're worth and what they expect. So it's never too soon to sleep with somebody, depending on their intentions and depending how it feels. So go with the intuition, how it feels. Like if you go on an absolutely amazing date and the date's fantastic, it's super romantic, the polarity is really strong, the sexual chemistry is strong, you want to rip each other's clothes off right from the start, do it. But if you go on a date and it's not that good and you're like, don't sleep together, or if you're on 10 dates together and it's not really that good, stop seeing him. Yeah. Go with how you feel. But don't live your life by, okay, it's the third date, I got to sleep with him. Or I can't sleep with anyone on the first date because I don't want to be branded a slut and all this sort of stuff. Go with how it feels. We're not robots, we're human beings. We've got emotions and souls and all sorts of stuff, okay? Maddie, you missed my question. Sorry about that, Maddie. If I miss your question at any time, guys, click on the link in my bio, send me a message on Facebook or Instagram. You can even send me a message on TikTok or try writing a question again. I get a lot of comments on these things, so sometimes I just miss them. CJ, I got out of a DV and now I'm in an amazing relationship. I've come out stronger. Great. That's really good to hear. Sometimes we go through hard parts in our life, which you think in the moment, wow, this is absolutely terrible. How am I ever going to survive this? And then it's like going through a dark tunnel. Life can seem sometimes like you're going through a dark tunnel. And then eventually, if you keep going long enough in that one direction, you come to a brighter place. Sure, what's the best time to kiss someone after a date? Look, if you go on a date with a strong, confident alpha male leader, he's going to try to kiss you on the first date. Unless the date is absolutely terrible and I'm really mismatched with the girl, I'd always 100% go for it, 100%. But it just depends on his level of confidence. If he's a really weak guy, he's going to be too shy. But is that someone you want? You know what I mean? Robin, all I am finding is men that try to use me for stuff or money. Having problem finding a good man. Keep at it. Keep at it, Robin. How is too long to get over someone? How is too long to get over someone after a breakup? I assume you mean how long is too long? How long is too long? It depends. It's how long is a piece of string? How much time do you have on the earth, Emma? Yeah. It depends how much time you have. Like if you're going to live to 150 years old, you could probably waste a decade healing. If you're going to die in the next month, well then no, I wouldn't recommend waiting at all. It depends how much time you have left on the earth. And because nobody knows how much time they have left alive, you have to utilize the time today. Okay. So get out there today, Emma. Get out there right now and try to find your ideal partner today, because you could die tomorrow. Okay. Okay, Cowboy, no questions. Thanks, buddy. I love this jacket. Yeah. Okay. So when I'm ready to date, what's the best for dating app for over 40s? Look, there's heaps of people over 40 on all dating apps. Yeah. So, Tinder, Plenty of Fish, Hinge, there's heaps of them. Jump on them all. Did you believe in soulmates? Soulmates is a fun word. Yeah. Don't think about the word soulmates too deeply, because if you think about it too deeply, you're like, okay, you only have one soulmate in the entire world. Statistically, then no, you could never find them, because there's billions of people in the world. How could you ever meet that many people? It's impossible. So don't think about it too deeply. It's more just like a fun word. Yeah. Maddie, went on 3 dates with a really nice guy, but he was too shy and hadn't even kissed me. Is it bad I gave up? I would have given up too. Sounds like a real loser. CJ, what is the best way to deal with your insecurities as my partner has them? Transparency and reassurance, CJ. Yeah. So if someone's really insecure, like if they've been cheated on heaps of times in the past and they're afraid you're going to cheat on them too, be super transparent. Yeah. Don't have passwords on anything. Yeah. So I don't have passwords on my phone, my computer, iPads, nothing. There's no passwords anywhere in my house. So super transparent, never hide anything, completely an open book in every single scenario. Never hide a damn thing at all. If I get a message, hey, what was that message? Like completely open book. So completely transparent. And then also positive reassurance. Yeah, nothing bad's going to happen. Everything's going to be great. Everything's going to be amazing. We're going to be together forever. All those positive reassurance things, okay, make a big difference. And then also, say your partner's really insecure that you hang out with, you have friends of the opposite sex. Stop hanging out with those people. Yeah, I know we live in a society where it's okay. If you're a guy, it's okay to have girlfriends. If you're a girl, it's okay to have boyfriends who you aren't romantically attached to, blah, 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 blah. It's taking away from your relationship, okay? If you're a girl, go and be friends with girls. If you're a guy, go and be friends with guys. You don't need to hang out with the opposite sex. You don't need to. I don't give a fuck how much you like them. You don't need to hang out with those people. It's making your relationship worse. So you want a 10 out of 10 relationship, or you want to be friends with the girl down the street who looks good? You know what I mean? Do what's best for the relationship. Make the relationship a priority. Kit Kat, is it cheating if you and your husband have not been intimate for 1.5 years, and why? And you have a Kit Kat? Yes, it is cheating. Yeah, if you're still in a relationship, regardless of the circumstances, and you sleep with somebody else, that's cheating. Obviously, if you don't want to be in the relationship, end it. Yeah. I don't understand what's so complicated about that. If you are in a really bad situation and you haven't had sex in years, why are you still in the relationship? Just end it. Okay, Louise, what is the best dating app for serious dating? I feel like Tinder is a game for most people. I met my ideal partner on Tinder, and we've been together for years. And it's been a 10 out of 10 since day one. And I was looking for a wife. So look, wherever you go, there's going to be people who are fuck boys or who waste your time or whatever. Okay, you just gotta sift through them. Unfortunately, there's going to be shitheads everywhere. There's not much you can do about it. Just keep sorting through until you find a guy who wants to take you on a date. If he wants to take you on a date, it's probably a good sign. Okay. Is it good or bad for a girl to make the first move? I'm super confident. I feel like it hinders me. It depends how you make the move, Maddie. It depends how you make the move. So hundreds of years ago, say in the 1700s, a girl could make the first move in a certain way. So she'd walk along, right, with you can imagine the big dresses and stuff, the frilly stuff, and she'd drop a handkerchief and keep walking. She'd drop a handkerchief in front of a guy and keep walking. And then he'd go and and then he would pick up a handkerchief, run over and say, "Miss, you dropped your handkerchief." And she'd say, "Oh, did I?" And then they'd start a conversation. And then before you know it, he'd ask her out on a date and they'd flirt together and a relationship would begin. But who made the first move? So he approached her first, but she laid the bait. So have a think about that. So there's ways you can lead. Okay, there's ways you can lead. Guys, thanks for tuning in. I'm a relationship coach. I help people with relationships. Got heaps of clients all over the world, so there's no question you can really ask me which I haven't heard before. So feel free to ask me any question about relationships that you feel. And don't live in pain anymore. Let's get I'll make you lucky in love. Yeah. I'll show you how to achieve a 10 out of 10 relationship. Okay. I've been married 24 years, but I don't love my husband anymore. And I don't want to tell him because you don't want to hurt his feelings, I presume. Look, there's a few things you can do, Roxanne. You can try to make the relationship reignite. Yeah. I show a lot of couples how to do that, or you can just end it. Yeah. And sometimes, Roxanne, it's like ripping off a Band-Aid. Yeah. You can sit there and rip off a Band-Aid really slow and take an hour to rip it off, but it's only prolonging the pain. Just rip it off fast. By dragging it out, all you're doing is wasting your time, you're wasting his time, you're making everybody's life worse. If you really feel that way, end it. Just end it. If a client comes to me and they're talking to me and they're actually one of my clients and they tell me about a situation they're in, but it's not very good, and they're seeing a guy and blah, 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 it's not good and they don't love each other, I say, great, you have 7 days to end it. So Roxanne, there you go. You have 7 days to tell them how you feel and to end the relationship. 7 days. Roxanne, again, you could die next week. Yeah. You want to live with the regret of blowing stuff. I'm sure everybody listening to this has been in a relationship way too long. Okay. We all do it. Yeah. We don't want to be Brennan a quitter. We don't want to hurt the other person. We want to try to make it work. We have a hope it could get better, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't get better. Time doesn't make anything better. Action makes things better. Okay? That's like in a pub club scenario. Not sure what you're talking about there. Guys, if I miss your question at any time, or if you want to talk to me more, head over to my link in my bio, send me a message on Facebook or Instagram. You can even send me a message on TikTok. You can even go to my website, maddockcoaching.com/opt-in and book a free call with me or watch my case study video. It's great stuff, guys. So click on the link in my bio and check it out. I'm here to help. I'm here to help. So if you don't have a 10 out of 10 relationship right now, let me help. I can't see your question, sure, but write your question again or send me a message on Facebook or Instagram. Okay. Dr. Kevin, I've been talking to this guy for about a year now, but we kind of had a rocky start. We laid it out on the table and he said he wanted a relationship, but then a few months into it, he drops a friendship bomb. So should I get out or stay? There's nothing to stay in, Kevin. There's nothing to stay in. So if he says, I only want to be friends, you go, well, is there anything I can do to make the relationship better? Or if you really want to end it, well, that's okay too. You can't force anyone to be in a relationship with you. If they really don't want to be, that's the end of it, isn't it? There's not a lot you can do. Maddie, if I want a guy, I will go up to them and start a conversation and they'll ask for my socials. Yeah. Yep, that's common. Sure. How do I overcome a mindset from emotionally, mentally abusive relationship and start a healthy new? You need to work on yourself constantly. You need to work on yourself constantly, but don't wait to start talking to people until you feel like you're 100%, because that time could never come. Just keep working on yourself. Do that self-improvement stuff, okay? You know, positive affirmations, morning routines, blah, blah, blah. There's so much. All that sort of stuff. Keep working on yourself. Eve, how long were you on Tinder before you met the one? Between 6 months and a year. Between 6 months and a year. But I could have met them sooner, but I wasn't ready. Yeah. So you got to be in the right moment. You can sort of feel when you're getting close to ready. Like when I got out of a really bad relationship, I wasn't really ready for a new relationship straight off the bat. Yeah, it took me a little bit. But I didn't let that hold me back, because I may have met someone who could have pushed me across the line. Tara, how do you improve saying I am mad when he hates conflict and avoids it, or says he feels bad now? Tara, you guys need to work on your communication, because that is terrible. Yeah. If a couple is talking like that to each other, you're going to have a lot of issues. Yeah. You got to talk about these things. You got to have a good conversation. Tara, if you're really having trouble with communicating with your husband, send me a message on Facebook or Instagram, or book in a free call with me on my website. If you're a couple and you're booking a call, please get both people on the call. If the man and if the husband and the wife are on the call, it's a lot easier. The call goes way better, and I can help a lot more effectively. Roxanne, I did my best to fix our relationship, but he doesn't put any effort into it, and I don't want to. Well, you did your best, but what's your best? Yeah. Did you talk to me? Did you come to me to help you with your relationship? Or did you just try to you know, did you make him breakfast once? Like, what your best? I don't really care how much effort people put in. What result do they get? Like, if someone says, okay, I'm going to mow your lawn for you, one person takes 10 minutes or the other person takes 4 hours and the quality is exactly the same, what difference does it make to me? It's the result. And at the end of the day, you don't have the result you want. So it doesn't matter how much effort you put in, because you didn't get the result. Maddie, if you were to come across someone you like more than your significant other, would you stay in the relationship? Me, yes. Because firstly, I wouldn't come across anyone I like more because I've decided I'm not going to. Okay. It's about, there's always going to be someone more attractive. Yeah. There's going to be someone with bigger muscles, bigger boobs, a prettier face. There's always going to be somebody more attractive. Does that mean you run off with them and try to make a relationship with them? No, of course not. That's fucking stupid. You amp your partner up. Yeah. You give yourself positive reassurance that your partner is the best thing that's ever happened to you. Okay. Guys, I'm out of time, but thanks for tuning in. I got some relationship coaching calls to do. If you want to talk to me more, please send me a message on Facebook or Instagram or even on TikTok. Let's have a chat. Let's get to where you want to be in relationships, okay? Send me a message. Talk to me. I'm here to help. My purpose in life is to help as many people as I can in relationships, and that's what I do. So thanks for tuning in, guys. I really appreciate it. And I will